breaking news.
Again, breaking news. The family of a Springfield woman killed in a deputy-involved shooting watched body camera video. Thanks so much for being here this evening. I'm Dawn Sterling. Today, Sonya Massey's family saw the video from the July 6th shooting.
It's heard that Sonya Massey's family is viewing the body cam footage as we speak, but they're not going to be talking to the public today. Now, over 100 people were outside the NAACP today in support of Sonya's family. Now, protesters led each other in chants and songs, and some speakers included Sunshine Clements, the co-president of Black Lives Matter.
There is absolutely no reason that someone should be going through a mental health crisis, call the police, and the end result be their life. They're in the grave now. They should be able to go through the justice system just like anybody else. Sonya Massey was one of ours. We take care of our own.
Hey cousins, welcome back to my channel. Please make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Shout out to all my new cousins that have subscribed recently. Unfortunately, today we have another situation of a unprotected Black woman. First, I need to say rest in peace to Sonya Massey. My condolences goes out to her family. On July 6th, Sonya called the police for a situation that she needed help because police are supposed to protect and serve. And unfortunately, Sonya was unalived by the officer that came to her home. So we are going to get into this video. If you do not or you cannot stomach what is going to be said in this video, I definitely understand. But we need to put this out. We need to share this. And a lot of people are not even talking about this situation. And that's probably because they don't know. So make sure you unpack your thoughts in the comments. Like, comment, and subscribe.
Massey's family has also retained national civil rights attorney Ben Crump, who represented the family of George Floyd. In a statement, Crump joined the calls for the video to be released and said in part, quote, "It is extremely hard to imagine how a woman who calls the police out of fear of an intruder ends up shot in the head by the police at her own home." Well, more demonstrations started earlier today outside of the NAACP building.
Earlier today, this entire area behind me here was packed with people showing support for her family. But protesters here, they all told me the same thing. They want to see the body camera footage and they want to show support to Sonya Massey's family. They all believe that it's important to see that body camera footage, even though they believe it will be hard to watch. I've talked to multiple people here who tell me they've been to multiple protests this week, and at the end of the day, just want to show support to her family.
I'm just out here to stand in the gap with the community and friends and family members of Sonya Massey to let them know that they have love and support and to help them get some form of comfort and hopefully justice and closure.
People that I've talked to this afternoon here say that they're proud to see the community coming together to show support to Sonya Massey's family while they're watching this body camera footage. And like Carolina mentioned, we've seen over 100 people here at the NAACP building, and they say they've all been happy with the amount of people and the turnout here this afternoon. Reporting.
Earlier today, I went to the Sangamon County complex to confirm whether any charges had been filed against a deputy in the shooting of Sonya Massey. Went over to the circuit clerk's office. They told me they did not have any records filed after doing a search. Then I headed over to the state's attorney's office and I was going there to request if any charges have been filed, but the state's attorney told me at this time my request would not be completed. A county official, though, later told me that they will provide me more information about the investigation and update on the shooting of Sonya Massey, but the exact timeline is unknown at this point.
I know, like, this is just outrageous. Like, it's nothing else to say, but this is outrageous. How in the world do you call the police for someone else doing something they're not supposed to do, and it turns around and you get unalived? There is no justification, and they better not hold this man down, which I know they will, because you know how they are. They're going to hold their own. They're going to make sure they hold their own. But there's no reason. Like, I need to see this body cam footage. And as I'm editing the video, I am getting notifications that the body cam footage will be released on Monday. I'm hoping we can see it. If it comes out, I will put it out. I will put another video out with it or put it in a short or something. But we need to see the body cam, because what in the world could she have done that will make him bloop her in the face That is what? There is nothing, absolutely nothing that she could have done that would have justified him doing this to her. There's nothing. You are a trained police officer. She is a civilian. She is also a woman. You are a man. What I don't understand, because I know they're going to come and say she did this, she did that, like they always do. They might say she was aggressive, she probably had a weapon. They're going to say a whole bunch of nonsense. They're still investigating, quote unquote, but I just feel like the investigation that they're doing right now is just to make the officer, deputy, whatever, look good. It's not to put out the truth. They're never going to put out the truth. That's why we need to see the body cam footage. And according to her family, they saw the body cam footage and they're saying that there's still no reason for him to do that. So lock him up. Throw away the key. Stop. Y'all need to make an example out of these officers, deputies, sheriffs, anybody. Make an example of them. You can't just go around killing people that you're supposed to be protecting. This is disgusting. Another sad part is that nobody's talking about this. And I understand we like to kiki, we like to joke around, but this is a serious topic. Everybody's talking about the girl in the green dress with the granny shoes, but nobody's talking about this situation. We need to focus on what is in front of us. This has happened so many times, and maybe everybody is desensitized now, where it's like it's just another black person being killed again by the cops. But we still need to broadcast it. We still have to talk about it, because just because it keeps happening over and over doesn't mean that we have to stop fighting for what's right. Like, we can't stop. Everybody needs to know Sonya Massey's name. Everyone needs to know about the situation.
36-year-old was shot and killed by a Sangamon County deputy. It happened after deputies were called out to the 2800 block of Hoover Avenue for reports of a prowler.
Sangamon County Deputy Sean Grayson is currently in custody after being charged with 3 counts of first-degree murder. Grayson is being accused of shooting and killing Sonya Massey, a 36-year-old woman who was shot in the head after calling the police to her home. The press release says that after reviewing the body cam footage, law enforcement says the video does not support the justification of Grayson shooting the woman. Grayson is expected to be in court tomorrow for his first hearing, and officials are looking to keep him in jail through trial by denying him pretrial release.
I'm going to be honest, maybe I want too much, but indictments does not excite me, because they all get indicted. And they all sometimes do not get charged. He needs to be charged, okay? Not indicted. Indictment is just the beginning, but he needs to be charged. He needs to go the whole way. He needs jail time. Like, they don't play. Don't just put indictment so we can all be quiet and feel good about the situation. He needs serious accountability, and the courts better do right, because this is going to turn out bad if they don't. The more you hear about this story, it sounds like he wanted to do this. His camera was off. His partner's camera was on. He shot her and then he left. Like, he didn't even try to help her or anything. It doesn't seem like it was an accident.
Day outside of the NAACP. Now, we were told Sonya Massey's family has viewed that body cam footage, but is not speaking to the public today. Now, over 100 people were outside the NAACP today in support of Sonya's family. Protesters led each other in chants and songs. Some speakers included Sunshine Clemens, the co-president of Black Lives Matter. Clemens emphasized they're fighting for the justice of Sonya Massey while coming from a place of trauma.
It's extremely damaging to the community's mental health to have to continue to go through and experience these type of situations, and there's no place for it in our community. Sonya Massey should be here with us. Unfortunately, she is not, so we are fighting to get the justice that that family deserves, but we are doing that from a place of trauma.
Now, Clemens said she wants the family to know they're here for them and will support them. Protesters said they're going to continue to demand justice and show their support for the family peacefully. Now, officials here at NAACP told us that family is going to come out with a press release tomorrow about the footage.
Grayson is charged with 3 counts of first-degree murder in the shooting death of Sonya Massey. He was booked into the Sangamon County Jail this afternoon.
He's accused of shooting Massey inside her home after she called 911 for help.
And the outrage over the shooting of a mother of 2. The sheriff's deputy involved in the deadly incident has now been fired and is facing charges. ABC's Andrea Fujii has the details.
This morning, prosecutors in Springfield, Illinois have charged former sheriff's deputy Sean Grayson with murder for shooting a mother of two in her home after she called 911 for help.
West EMS, there's shots fired, saying he had a female shot in the head.
On the night of July 6th, 36-year-old Sonya Massey called to report a prowler at her home. Grayson and another deputy responded to the scene, where prosecutors say Grayson aggressively yelled at Massey to put down a pot of hot water. They say she put her hands in the air and said, "I'm sorry." But they say Grayson shot her in the face. Prosecutors claim while the other deputy still rendered aid and stayed with Ms. Massey until medical help arrived, Grayson at no time attempted to render aid to Ms. Massey. Grayson's body camera was not turned on until after the shooting, but his partner's camera was on, and prosecutors say the footage does not support a finding that Deputy Sean Grayson was justified in his use of deadly force.
We've seen too much of this, where an innocent person, unarmed, who actually called for assistance, was the target and the victim of a shooting by a police officer. And this is not, it does not reflect on all police officers. This particular sheriff's deputy committed a crime, and he's been indicted for it, appropriately so.
The incident sparking immediate protests.
She was a mother, she has children. That is an impact for generations.
We want the community to understand that once everything is released, to continue the peaceful protest and to continue to demand justice, because you have that constitutional right to do that, and justice will be served for Sonya Massey.
He is currently in the Sangamon County Jail tonight, but not as a sheriff's deputy. He's in there as a murder suspect. Sangamon County Sheriff Jack Campbell released a statement moments ago saying, in part, the actions taken by Deputy Grayson do not reflect the values and the training of the Sangamon County Sheriff's Office or law enforcement as a whole. Good law enforcement officers stand with our community in condemning actions that undermine the trust and safety we strive to uphold. Grayson is scheduled to make his first appearance in front of a judge tomorrow.
I don't know. I could be wrong, but I have a feeling that this is not the first time that this deputy has done this before. This is probably the first time that he's been caught, or the first time that he couldn't cover it up, because he was way too comfortable to do this. You don't get that comfortable. Well, he is a part of the 8x11 community, so he's just born comfortable like that to do things like that. I don't understand this. My condolences to her family, to her children. This is sad. This is so sad. Please make sure you unpack your thoughts in the comments. Let me know how you guys feel about this. This is sad. Please share. Please tell people we need a protest. We need to get out there. We need to bring everybody to Springfield. That's just what we need to do in this situation. Bye, cousins.
Into Sean Grayson's history. The former Sangamon County deputy fired and is facing charges of first-degree murder for the shooting death of Sonya Massey. The 36-year-old was killed after calling the police to her home. 30 years old, Grayson does have an arrest record stemming from the neighboring Macoupin County. According to online records, this includes DUIs in 2015 and 2016, both of them Class A misdemeanors, and driving on a suspended license. Being a Sangamon County sheriff was not Grayson's first job in law enforcement. GovernmentSalaries.com shows Grayson worked for the Auburn Police Department in 2021 and 2022. On July 17th, the Sangamon County State's Attorney indicted Grayson on multiple counts, including 3 charges of first-degree murder. Currently in custody, the county is looking to keep Grayson in jail throughout his trial by denying him pretrial release. He's scheduled to be in court for the first time at 2 p.m. on Thursday.
While nothing can undo the heinous actions of this officer, we hope the scales of justice will continue to hold him accountable, and we will demand transparency at every step.
Today, Grayson made his first appearance in court, where a judge denied him pretrial release.
New court documents from the Sangamon County State's Attorney detail what happened next. As the other deputy on scene cleared the rest of the house, Grayson noticed a pot of boiling water on the stove. He said he was fine with Massey removing it to prevent any accidental fires. Massey put the pot in another room, separated by a large counter. After Massey picked up the pot, Prosecutors say Grayson, quote, made a comment about the pot and Massey set it down on a counter in the kitchen. He was in the living room while this was happening. Then Grayson took out his gun and threatened to shoot Massey in the face. Massey put her hands in the air and said, quote, I'm sorry, and she ducked behind a counter, separating her and Grayson. Still holding his gun, Grayson approached and yelled at her to put the pot down. Then Grayson fired 3 times, hitting her once in the face. During that entire time, Grayson did not have his body-worn camera turned on. He only turned it on after he shot her. The other deputy did have his camera on the entire time. Then that other deputy said he was going to get a medical kit from the vehicle to render aid, but Grayson told him not to because of how severely hurt Massey was. But the other deputy still tried to provide her aid until first responders arrived. Prosecutors say Grayson never tried to help her. In the courtroom Thursday, the prosecutor said it showed, quote, callousness. The judge called his actions a, quote, departure of expectations of civil society and societal norms. The defense made their case Thursday as to why Grayson shouldn't be held on pretrial release. They say he was previously diagnosed with stage 3 colon cancer and has an ostomy bag. They say the bag needs to be removed. While in custody, the ostomy bag ruptured. Because of this, they say it would be a, quote, burden on the jail. The judge did not agree.